Hi everybody, this is Emma and I'm here with Ben Wayward, my handy IT guy, and he's teaching me how to use Google with tracking on, and there's lots of different ways to do this editing that we've been discussing. So here we are going to explain that, and we'll load it up onto my YouTube channel for your edification later. So this is how you edit a document. So normally you would just hop into a document and then you would start to make new text. And if somebody else came along and you shared the document like you can up here, and you shared it with somebody, and then they can actually you can usually see them up here, and then they can come in and they can actually delete your text, and you don't necessarily know what was there before, and that can be a real problem. And I've discovered from Ben just now that the first way you can do it, and you might have just seen it then, is if you do this and you select and highlight, then you have the ability to add a comment. So I could say, was that make new text? And it will come up as a comment, and then somebody else can come along and they can resolve it, say mark it resolved, or they can click on it, in which case they can reply and say, yes, sorry, I fixed it. And so then that would happen there, and then they'd say make new text. And the change that they made would be effectively undone. And then I could come along and say, okay, resolved. And then it'd disappear, and basically we're back to square zero in this case, but it's great when you've got comments that you need to resolve. Second thing I didn't know was this little button up here gives us a couple of different editing modes. So the first one is editing the document directly. Now, Ben, can you please explain to me the difference between editing the document directly and suggesting, so that we know who said what when and we don't have a messy document at the end?
Sure. So if you're in editing mode, when you make changes, those changes are final and you may actually lose information which was there in the past. If you change to suggesting mode, you can make all the changes you want, and then the document owner can review them and accept them or reject them. So if we go to suggesting mode now,
Yep.
I can actually highlight what Emma's written,
Yep.
and I can just say something different.
Okay, so how did you make it get the strike through? Because I haven't been doing that.
So that's happened automatically. Now that I'm in suggestion mode, as per this little green icon up here,
Yeah.
anything I do anywhere, if I want to change with to was,
It automatically says the suggestion is there, and it does the suggestion. So if I then wanted to say yes to this one, I'd end up with was, and if I said no to that one, I'd get my original changes. So that's amazing. That's really cool. Anything else that we need to know about this for the basic level of how to edit and how to give suggestions and keep clean documents?
Yes, I think you've covered the two main things, which are making comments on some textures already there, ways to suggest changes without making them permanent, and the final thing you can actually do is you can just have a general chat about the document specifically.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. How do you do that?
Top right hand corner here, there's a chat box.
This one?
If you open that one there up, you'll see a history of all the comments there, and you can actually have a chat inside the document as well between all the collaborators.
Okay, I think this one would probably be more confusing because at least you can see on the document where the changes have occurred. So what would you use this for as compared with the other two editing versions?
Sure, so that one there might be more general conversation. So you might say, can somebody please jump in and write a section of text about the website, or somebody add in the About Us page.
Okay, so then it might be something like, then there's the question here, because this is actually working with particular resolved things. So if I wanted to make a new thread, I'd add a comment, wouldn't I?
That's correct, yes.
And so then in order to see the entire thread, I'd go back there, but hang on a second, let me just go back and make the comment happen. So is there another page to this website? It seems incomplete because there's nothing there. So then somebody would go in here, they could see that last page.
Yep, it goes down the bottom there.
Oh, here it is, it's in the middle. And so then you can reply that way as well, and you say, yes, go to and then put the Google Doc link in or whatever.
Exactly correct. Yep.
Okay, great. And so then when I do that, you can also see that up there. So then the things that are sitting here are there because we're in editing mode and because we haven't resolved it. So if we resolved it, then it would disappear.
That's
and
correct.
if we added it, then it would stay. And if we deleted it, it would go.
Exactly.
All right.
And
I think that's a great summary.
Yep. And we always keep a history of everything. So all of our suggestions get saved.
Yeah.
So you always know what was and wasn't resolved or rejected in the past.
Yes.
Which you can access by going to File,
Okay.
Version History,
Oh.
and See Version History. And that's going to show you all the changes and who did them, going right back to when it was first created.
Okay, that makes sense. That sounds very good. All right, I think we've got enough for this video. Thank you so much for your help, Ben. That's going to be amazing. And I will make sure that we put this up for everybody else's use. And I will credit you. So it's Ben Wayward from IT Help. IT, one word, help, the other word. And he's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
No worries. Bye.